At 7 o'clock and time for your latest news here on Morning Live. Kenyan police have spent the night trying to break a siege after yesterday's attack on an upmarket hotel and an office complex in Nairobi. Up to 15 people are reported to have been killed. A large number of trapped people were freed at around 3:30 this morning, while it is still not clear how many survivors and attackers are still in the buildings. The attack was carried out by a small group of heavily armed men and began with an explosion targeting 3 cars in a parking lot and a suicide bombing in the foyer of the Duset Hotel. Now, the militant group Al-Shabaab, which carried out a notorious assault on Nairobi shopping mall in 2013, has claimed responsibility for the latest strike. And we cross once again to our correspondent in Kenya, Sarah Kimani. Sarah, good morning. So you are out and about right now. Please tell us exactly where you're at and what the latest situation is.
Good morning, Sakina. I'm right outside 14 Riverside Drive, the office complex where the attack happened. Now, about an hour ago, those who were here earlier than I said, they could still hear gunshots and also a few explosions coming from inside the building. This despite the fact that the Interior Security Minister, Dr. Fred Matiang'i, had said last night that the attackers had been contained. Now, the authorities have not given any information this morning, so it is not exactly clear what the explosions are about or what the gunfire is about. But the information he gave yesterday is that all the 7 floors of the complex had been contained and that had been secured and that the attackers had been contained. He said that what they were doing then was a mop-up to be able to now begin gathering evidence inside the buildings where the attacks happened. A lot of people, however, saying that they still cannot trace their loved ones. The Kenya Red Cross Society has set up a tracing desk and tracing numbers for those who still do not know where their loved ones are, and will only begin to get a sense of who is missing or who lost their loved one later today.
Sarah, is there any significance to this particular location and why perhaps this was singled out as a target for attack?
Well, any part of the country, Kenya, is a soft spot and a soft target for the Al-Shabaab militants. This is because the Kenyan Defense Forces are inside Somalia, and so there have been retaliatory attacks on Kenyan soil, as Al-Shabaab militants have said several times, in revenge for that presence of Kenyan soldiers inside Somalia. And they say that they are attacking Kenya in order to force Kenya to, grow cold feet and remove their troops from Somalia. But just getting back to your question, the place we are in houses several offices. There are Kenyan government offices. The Commission for Revenue Allocation is inside here. There are several luxury restaurants. There is a luxury hotel owned by Thai nationals, the Dusit D2 Hotel. There's also departmental stores. There are several other offices, a PR company. There's a South African wine company that is also here. So all manner of people are housed here. And also the area, the Riverside Drive is frequented a lot and is homes. The homes around here are homes to a lot of expatriates who work in Kenya. Just across the road from where I am is the Australian High Commission. Right next to me here is the hostels for the medical students at the University of Nairobi. So it is indeed a soft target and one that would cause devastation and a lot of pain for any person or anyone who will lose their family members inside here.
Sarah, is there any fear of perhaps secondary attacks around the country at this stage?
Well, security has been heightened, especially in malls, in public institutions, in schools, in universities. But what is coming out is that this always happens. So we do not exactly expect, and I cannot say for sure that we expect any other attack or whether we do not. But what we know for sure is that immediately an attack like this happens, the country ups its security in all the installations, in all its public places. But as days go by, people seem to relax again and people seem to get back to normal. Probably probably what happened here at the 14 Riverside Drive. A lot of people saying that the security here is very tight on a normal day, and even on that day, yesterday, when the attack happened, security was still very tight. Probably the reason why the attackers actually got out of their cars and started shooting as they made their way inside. Now, Kenya, of course, has been on high alert since the attacks at the Garissa University, at the Westgate Mall, not very far from here. But it is expected that it will now again up its security situation across the country.
Our reporter Sarah Kimani, and we will be checking in with her throughout the day.